It was very nice to be back at the stadium. We haven't gone in a long time, and it is nice to hear the walk-up songs.
Well, they've
In
been on the road,
That's true too.
so they're finally back home. You know, they've won their last 12 of 14 games at Dodger Stadium. And remember yesterday, Shohei was pitching and he wasn't hitting, but after he gets off the mound, he went in as the DH.
I know. I mean, Freddie already got the job done.
Mm.
So Show was probably like, okay, thanks, Freddie. Now I don't necessarily, well, to the point where he just dribbled it to second base.
I know it was kind of a very underwhelming moment of like just what Shohei can do and what we're used to him doing. But I mean, like a game like that just shows how awesome Freddie is. Like he's not loud, he's not flashy, he just is clutch at all times, and he just always shows up for those moments.
It's the best. Like, there to me is like, no, that is why I love athletes. And those are the athletes I crave. And it's just silent strength. And then it's just like you get the job done
Hmm.
so consistently. Like, yeah, I mean, not every single time, but so much so that he's a Hall of Famer. And this silent confidence that he has is so cool.
It's amazing.
And then he's like so sweet. And then he cries. And I just like, just, am I Freddie? Just kidding.
I feel like that too. He is just like such an all-around good player and truly one of my favorites. You know, I feel like I've been in a when someone asks who my favorite player is, I've wanted it for Mookie so bad that I feel like I'm trying to insert my positivity and support and love to him. And he is one of my favorites for sure. But Freddie, it's hard not to say he's my favorite too. Just he as a person, as a player, everything about him, his composure, his like he just puts the bat down, walks to first when he gets a walk.
I
I
know, no,
just
and
love
then you're
him so
scrolling.
much.
I know, and then you're just like scrolling and you see him in another interview, and it's like the way he answers questions so heartfelt, so genuine,
Yeah.
and just because it's just how he thinks and how his heart is, the way he loves his dad, the way he loves his family, it's yeah, it makes me just love him more. And then he gets up and does things like that, where he's constantly coming through for our team, or he's just digging balls out of I know. It
Yeah,
doesn't get old to love him.
I know. I know.
I'm just
He
looking at him
they
screaming over your
his
corner.
like post-game interviews, they'll ask him a question and he just deflects it away from himself and always he's just like, "Oh, I don't know. I just like, saw it, hit it where I needed to hit it, and there you go. We win." It's
But
like
then
he
he'll,
says
but
it like
then
it's so simple, but
I
it's
know.
just the talent and the like baseball expertise that he has.
I know, but I love when any of the players slip in I'm just confident.
Hmm.
I just knew I was gonna hit it. Like, and I love when they sneak those kind of lines in because then I'm just like, "Ugh, I know.
I know.
The I'm laughing because normally I'm next to you when we Zoom anybody, and the amount of times I catch myself staring at Freddie's face. And now I wonder how many people Zoom with us and catch themselves like looking at Freddie's face,
Oh, that's
screaming.
funny.
Yeah.
What a
See,
moment, Freddie.
what else, what else is on that bookshelf?
Lots of good stuff. I've added a couple
Um,
things. Oh, wait. See, you can't even see the back-to-back trophies right there.
Mhm. You know,
They
they
need
almost need
a
to be moved.
moment.
They need to be moved up where that red cup is because that has a blank wall behind it and it's really giving it a moment.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. It goes with my
Um,
back-to-back shirt.
Cute.
Okay, well, I feel like it's been a while since we chatted. We
Yes.
had, it was nice to kind of have a week off from recording, but have an episode kind of banked to put out, which is not normal for a baseball podcast where you have to like, constantly just stay up on it. It was kind of nice after a crazy week that we had before. But I also feel like I really missed talking about the Dodgers and felt like out of the loop.
I know the last time we talked about, all the events we did with Dodgers Foundation, and then we had the women's event. And I mean, everything that we loved it. It filled our cup. But I will say, since that week, it's been really hard to catch back up on the Dodgers. And games are at like noon. And I'm like, it's like the craziest, like, or 3:40, like just like the weirdest times. And then I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm still in the middle of my day doing stuff. I can't just sit and watch, but I also need to sit and watch. And I'm just like, this is frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, the love for our players obviously runs deep. One of my like crazy standouts recently that I've just been like in awe of is Max Muncy at third. Every time somebody hits him the ball, I'm so excited. And it's been something I've kind of kept to myself. And I mean, I love a hot corner. I played third base and like he has been playing. I've always loved the way he played, even last season. Something's different again. He is just like on fire on the hot corner. He's doing so well. And I'm just like, and then I saw that he commented on it and was like,
He
I'm playing the
did?
best. Yeah, I just saw yesterday, which tells me like my eyeballs really, I've been seeing something different. He said, I've been playing um the best third base I've played. He's like really proud of how he's playing defense.
Aw.
And I'm so glad that he feels that way because I've been like, every time he makes plays and just the quickness, like balls don't get by him. And he's just like his throws to Freddie. There's only one that was a little winky, but like between him and Mookie at short, there's something about a third baseman shortstop relationship of all of like, that side of the field being played so beautifully. It's like,
Mhm.
it's one of my favorite parts of baseball. It's like, and I think a lot of it is me growing up, obviously being a third baseman, but like the Derek Jeter A-Rod energy of like that kind of chemistry and stuff. And I love it. Mookie and Max as our third and shortstop right now. It's just the coolest baseball to me. It's like, I love it.
Where did he make a comment about it? I love that he is owning and really like speaking about how well he's doing. It's usually the opposite of guys like talking more about their struggles. So when he's feeling settled in and confident and seeing the progress and that he's doing really well and like taking note of that, I love it.
So Fox quoted it. It says, who I've been this year defensively is really who I've always thought I could be. There's flashes of it and there's been stints, but consistently um, it just hasn't been there in the past. And then I read more into it. But yeah, like defensively, he's playing amazing third base.
Well, people
Which
are noticing
Mhm.
besides you because it was amazing to see how far ahead he was in the All-Star race.
I remember you
And
saying
yes,
that
he's
yesterday.
hitting home runs like crazy, but you're right. He's doing so well defensively. And I'm
Mhm.
sure that's contributing to him and this offensive spurt he's on too, because when you're feeling
Probably.
good all over the field, you're just going to play better.
And okay, like they call it the hot corner, but it's true. And I can't even imagine, like, I couldn't imagine playing it right now because I feel like my reflexes are so obviously so off from when I was playing, but like nothing when it's so mindless and a ball gets hit and your glove just knows to do that down the line or just knows and it could go and you feel it in your glove and then you're able to fire it to first. Like it pumps you up so much as a third baseman because you genuinely have no time to really think about it, which is why it's the hot
Mm.
corner. It comes so fast. And I can't even imagine on that level.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
Yeah, and it's
So,
easy to point out like when they make errors or like even thinking about Mookie yesterday. I feel like he is starting to heat up and it's like we notice the errors with his defense, but not how just consistently well he's doing.
very
So it's
cool.
really nice to see.
Totally. And yeah, even Mookie's chemistry with our second basemans, and he's like, they're giving the ball. Mookie's like floating in the air while he just keeps making plays, just like floating. I'm like,
I know. I just
I
love
know.
to watch him contribute to the team because he always says that all our guys do. That's all they want. They want to just be a positive contribution to the team and help them win and help them score runs.
Yeah.
And you see Mookie, even when he makes a play, he like always is like, really proud of himself. And I love that, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I know it's really cool because it's like they are proud of themselves, but like if they make a bad throw or they make a little off and like Freddie, does an amazing whatever, it's like Mookie, it's like he's the first person Mookie goes to be like, great dig or whatever. They all compliment each other. And I've noticed it really a lot with Kyle Tucker. I think the guys are like so happy when he does well because I think they see him getting really comfortable and they want him to
Yeah.
be. And like
Yeah.
they get so excited recently, like when he's just been gaining this momentum and playing small ball beautifully.
Yeah, and Kyle Tucker's been heating up too. He hit
Yeah.
that 3-run home run the other day. I feel like he's been hitting, getting on base, getting the guys
Mhm.
in.
Yeah.
Also playing great defense, great throws to home. And I'm sure the guys also hear the critics after Kyle Tucker because of this big contract he got, and he hasn't been playing up to his standards. But I feel like we're really watching him turn a corner, and it's cool to see our guys support him, and him
Yeah.
feel more comfortable too. Also, we got Tommy Edman back.
We got Tommy back.
Like it just shows the depth of the Dodgers of who we've been playing with, using these young guys, finding ways to win when we haven't had someone like Tommy Edman for this entire season so far. He's missed 73 games and he had a great start yesterday. And it's almost like we got a guy back that we already had. And it's like we made a trade move, but didn't have to give up anybody, you know? And
Yeah,
that
I know.
just shows like who the Dodgers are and also like what a guy like Tommy Edman does for our team. Like he may not be when you look at like the box score and all the numbers, like the highest of everything, but he is like who a championship team needs. And I'm just so excited to have him back. And it was just reminding me of like NLCS MVP in 2024. And just like, I remember my aunt watching the series against the Mets and how great Tommy was. And it was like, that's who the Dodgers are. We're not just Shohei and Yamamoto and Mookie and Freddie. We have guys like Tommy Edman that really help us win.
We're Tommy Edman, we're Andy Pajes, we're Alex Call. Like,
Yeah.
keep it going,
Hmm.
honestly. I
Yeah.
know, Tommy, I'm really excited to see Tommy this season because he was someone who came into the Dodgers in 2024, and then he had this amazing postseason that made us fall in love with him of who he was as a player. And you know how we all are. Like, if you're going to show up in the playoffs and do all this, like you're instantly in, we love you, and like you don't have anything else to prove type of thing. But,
Yeah.
last season I heard him say how, he sprained his ankle in April
I know.
of
I,
last
I feel like
season.
he's been fighting this ankle injury for a
Yeah.
long time. So the fact that he finally got the surgery and
But it
he's
makes
recovered.
sense because last season it was kind of like, Tommy, where are you at?
Yeah.
Like, and
Totally.
not in a horrible way. I mean, he was doing okay, but it was kind of like, where's that spark? Da da da. Well, yeah, I mean, sprained ankles, which is so funny because I just told Marcel, like, I was very grateful as an athlete never to have knee issues.
Hmm.
And I was like, I wonder why, like, what was strong in my body that on my legs or whatever that made my knees feel secure and strong, I was like, because I'm like, my ankles were shot. And I go, ankle injuries when you're an athlete almost become like when you jam your finger playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of keep going. And because I still have so much scar tissue in my ankle. My mom the other day was like, "Is your ankle swollen?" I'm like, "No, it's just from years of like not taking care of sprains and just kept playing." And when I think of that, like when I heard Tommy, I'm like, wow, it's so true. Like he sprained his ankle in April, and it wasn't until later on then he finally gets the surgery. So now he's feeling like 2024 Tommy. Like,
Hmm.
what are we gonna do here, Tommy?
Hmm. I used to have crazy ankle injuries too. And I was also, I remember a coach saying to me, like, you're lucky you don't have any knee issues. But my last two seasons when I was a competitive cheerleader, I had to get my ankles taped. It was just for competitions, but then it became every practice too because I could barely, do anything. And it also is reminding me of when we hear these players talk about, during their recovery, Tommy said he was really happy that he had 3 weeks of rehab, and building up to come back and play, come back to the show. How you become afraid to go full out on an injury because you don't want to re-injure it and things like that, and how much these guys play through the injuries and wondering if that's helping or hurting our team. So it's just nice to have him fully healthy again, and just reminds me of like the depth of the Dodgers and how much we've done with all these injuries and all the young guys we're using, and now having Tommy back, what that brings to the lineup and the flexibility and how versatile he is as a player. He plays third base, he plays second base, he plays center, he plays left field. I love how we have all these guys like that.
Well, and an organization that like supports players wanting to, you know, be able to, he was scared to take this much time off. He didn't want to not have to play a whole season the way he's kind of like not played this season yet. And that's kind of scary when, you're somebody who didn't really do as much as you kind of did in 2024 postseason. And then it's almost
Yeah.
like, man, there's young guys that want my position like crazy. But to have an organization that probably was like, go get healed. You will have a spot when you come back. Go feel good. We want Tommy to feel good and we will wait for you. And that's got to be really comforting. And
Yeah, that's
I'm really
true.
excited.
And
Hmm.
but when we got him, he was injured. He didn't play right away.
That's true.
And I'm pretty sure it was his ankle, right?
That silly little ankle.
But I'm just so excited to have him back, and just what he adds to our team. And he just seems like a really nice guy. Did you see how cute his little son was with the sign holding it up and saying, "Welcome back"?
No, I didn't see that one. Oh my gosh. I mean, he has the most beautiful family.
I know his wife is so gorgeous.
I remember driving into Dodger Stadium one time and it was like kind of trafficy.
Hmm.
And I mean, let's be real, it was traffic. And I looked next to me and I was like, I love beautiful women. I just like love telling people they're beautiful. And like when you see a girl and she's just so beautiful, it's like, you're beautiful. And I looked next to me, I'm like, wow, that girl's so cool and beautiful. She had like a hat on. It was just so like, and then I look again, I'm like, oh, I think that's Tommy Edmonds' wife. I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah, checks out. Yeah. She just like, she's striking. She's very beautiful.
And they've had another baby since last World Series win, right? I think they
Yeah.
have two now.
It's so cute. All the Dodger wives are just in such a baby era.
I know. I know that was such a cute, like lemon themed baby shower they had for
Uh,
Tyler Glasnow's wife, Megan and Kara Smith.
yeah, and Tanner Scott's wife,
Tanner, yeah.
which all of the dresses were beautiful, but Tanner Scott's wives was so beautiful. I'm like, what is that? Like, where'd you get that?
Oh, I'll have to look
Yeah,
again. I
it
love a
was,
yellow dress.
I
I was
know.
thinking how it must be really hard for Kayla, but she just seems to be such a great support system to all the other girls and just seems so happy for them. But I'm sure it must be hard, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And one of those kind of hard situations that you're not really allowed to say that this is hard, but you
Mhm.
are allowed to say it, but you aren't really allowed to do it too much because it's like it's not really, you can't do that to other people. You know what I mean? It's their
And I'm
moment.
sure she
Right.
never wants it to be
Totally.
about herself, but I'm
Well,
just thinking to continue to like put on a happy face and be really happy for everybody around you, which I'm sure she genuinely is.
totally.
But just thinking that it also must be hard for her.
Yeah. Well, I make that point, meaning like no matter what's right or how you should feel or how you shouldn't feel, some things are just hard and are going to sting. And I feel for her, but I do think that these wives have like a good bond.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of love and healing in all of it too, hopefully for her. So,
Definitely.
But definitely always thinking of her and Alex. Alex closing out the game last night. We got an Alex
Well,
festive roar.
man, he got us nervous. He got himself into a bases loaded jam, but then got himself out of it. So, very happy about that. But yeah, that was a little scary for a little bit.
I kind of like it. Like, let's keep things
I know you're
spicy.
like, this is baseball. I'm like, oh no,
I
not
know.
when you're walking guys and loading the bases in the ninth inning.
No, I know. But like
But
sometimes it's like, I
it's
love the
nice.
like edge of my seat feel. I don't
Yeah,
want it all the time.
I don't love it. It truly just stresses me out so much. But
Yeah.
it's really nice to watch our team fight in those situations. I feel like we've had more like come from behind wins than we have in a while. And in years past, I felt like once the Dodgers are down, sometimes they just give up a little bit. And I feel like, especially this season, they are fighting. We have so many of these come from behind wins. We are fighting every inning, every pitch, and I love that.
Yeah, we're fighting to the point where our pitcher Shohei goes in and is like, put me in. I let me go try to do this, and then luckily Freddie does it, but it's like that's where the fight is, where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, no, okay, actually I think my team needs me in this position, so like now we're gonna switch things up.
And how
It's
every
fun.
guy is just willing to do whatever they have to do in their moment. I mean, even Shohei, he has this clearly this crazy blister going on his fingers. He's got some like knee inflammation happening. He's definitely not 100%, but when he's on the mound and when he's playing, he plays at 100%. And that just shows, his level of competitiveness and just fighting through whatever you have to do to get the win.
Yeah, the good thing about his knee inflammation is that it came back negative, that there's nothing actually wrong with his knee, so hoping that what?
You just said that like you were a doctor.
You
Dr.
didn't
Rui is
you
giving me
didn't know I went to medical school?
the good thing about his knee inflammation.
Is the MRI came back and it concludes that everything is positive
I'm
and there
so
is no.
glad.
Me too. I This is how out of touch I've been, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit this. I didn't even know Will Smith was on the IL.
Well, I feel like they're sneaky and like don't
They
want us to
snuck
get
that
so
vibe.
nervous that Will Smith is on the IL because it went from like, oh yeah, he just needs a couple of days to recover. He's like woke up with a stiff neck or whatever, to okay, maybe it might be a little more serious, but we don't want to get anybody nervous yet. However, Jack, guess what I heard? I heard that we might be getting Rory back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Um,
I love Rory.
we love Rory. And who did we say yesterday got traded and in the Rory trade? We got Rory for who this person was that we traded.
Oh, it'll come to me.
Um,
He was on the Rays. Yes. Fiducia,
oh yeah,
right?
Fiducia.
Yeah.
Focaccia bread. That's pretty good.
Yes, please.
Okay, but a fun thing when I was at the game with Courtney, I they have been having because Will Smith's been out, they've been having rushing, obviously. And then they brought up this guy Chucky Robinson who was catching for us and he
Oh,
was
yeah.
but then I was like, who is this guy? Like, what do you mean Chucky? And like it was actually really fun. So I started like looking into him, but he got drafted in 2016 to the Astros. But he has been in the minors for nearly a decade and he's gone to three
Wow.
different organizations. But he's one of these guys in the minor leagues that the organizations just really trust, that he knows how to call games. He knows how to step up if someone's injured. He knows how to put himself exactly into kind of like, what he just did. When did I go? 2 days ago?
Yeah, that
Um,
was Tuesday's game.
yeah,
Uh,
so it's really fun, but he's really, really happy to be on the Dodgers because his grandpa was a Brooklyn Dodger fan. And
Aw.
his name's Chucky Robinson the third, and his grandpa went by Chucky, his dad went by Little Chucky, and this guy went by Baby Chuck.
Aw.
I know, but it's like
He looks
he's
big. He's
he's
not a baby.
huge. Courtney was like, he's massive. And I was like, when he was walking to
Do we
go
know
like that,
how tall he is?
I didn't write down those
I'm gonna look it
stats.
up.
But yeah,
Little
just
Chucky?
that's his dad, baby Chuck,
Oh, baby Chuck.
Chucky Robinson. He's from Chicago.
Wow, and so he's 31
Hmm.
coming up. He got drafted by the Astros, and then was he in their minor league system or ours?
Theirs. And then he's kind of bounced back to
Mm.
ours, but he came back to the Dodgers December of 2025, and he's been at OKC. He was Cincinnati Reds 2022, Chicago White Sox 2024, and then Dodgers 25, 26. He had been in their farm system before, but those are the teams that he's been on who have called him up to
Gotcha.
actually play.
He's 6 foot.
Um,
I
yeah,
thought he
he's
was
like,
bigger actually. Because
yeah.
isn't rushing? I think Wikipedia lied about rushing. I don't think he's 6 foot.
The only time I feel like he might be is when he's standing next to Dave Roberts.
Mm.
But
Speaking
Dave,
of rushing, he's been doing so great this season. I feel like he's really stepped it up and he's calling great games. The way the pitchers talk about him and like the communication, how he, I feel like, calmed down Vessier yesterday in the ninth inning. Yes, we've talked about him being very fiery and intense as a player, but that just, I think, shows his competitiveness and just, I think, how he stepped up for our team and like the leadership you need as a catcher. He's really coming through and, he's getting hits, and really contributing to the team in a positive way.
and you know how we love like all of our guys are like so likable in so many ways and stuff, but he is learning from Will Smith.
Hmm.
And Will Smith is very stoic and stays to himself and
Yeah,
isn't
true.
always this like mushy gushy player. And some might think that comes off cold and whatever, but maybe Dalton is learning from that and likes the leadership and what it does to his mind and maybe slows it down. I mean, I would love to ask him.
I
Because
know.
he does. He's been amazing. And I do like that he is staying true to himself, whether people like it or not. There's different ball players, and they've all learned and have idolized players for years. And it's like not everyone has to be the same, like
Hmm.
it's okay that they've gotten away from like dirty play. I understand that that's not okay to injure someone on purpose or things like that. Like I'm not saying that, but aggressive play doesn't necessarily mean someone has a bad attitude.
Totally. I think it just stands out more because we are known as a team that has these really classy guys. We talk about us, how we are against like the Padres and their kind of dirty play, and we're always rising above and not leaning into that. So it stands out more when you're on a team like that. But honestly, I appreciate it. And I don't ever want him to have like a bad reputation throughout the league and obviously treat players with respect. And I don't like the name calling, but the intensity, the fieriness, the competitiveness, the leadership that he's taking on, and really showing how much he wants to win.
Mhm.
I think like how that trickles throughout the clubhouse is a positive thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's been one of the standouts this season of like guys that really have helped our team in so many ways. I was thinking of like just kind of standouts this season, and he's definitely been one of them. Who else do you think on our team?
Alex Freeland, even though he's went down and came up, I think he's been a really big standout.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, there's our obvious players, and then there's some of our obvious players who are being a little more quiet and haven't necessarily been very loud with what they've been doing. But I mean, Alex Call has been pretty impressive. Andy
Hmm.
Pages is incredible. I don't, we're so lucky with who our team is that,
I know. I mean, we've talked so much about how amazing it's been to watch Andy just like come alive this season and take over the baseball conversation. We've talked about Alex Call stepping up, Alex Freeland stepping up, but you know who I really want to give love to?
who?
Justin Robleski.
Oh, Robo. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like the way I've thought about him and the way he's talked about just like in the last couple of years with the Dodgers is someone who gives us a lot of depth and comes in these clutch moments. And we've seen him do that year after year. But I feel like he's really proving himself this year to he's proving himself as a major league starter rather than just this guy from like organizational depth that we have.
I
And,
agree.
you know, like really stepping up to the occasion every time. And like the last outing, wasn't that the game you were at? Six shutout
Mhm.
innings. And just like what he's done for our team is almost like how we talk about Tommy Edman, you know? It's like preparation meeting opportunity, and he has risen to the occasion. And this season alone, it's like he's not the headline that's talked about. He's not the one we're going to buy tickets to see, but he's the reason we are in contention for another championship with what he's doing for our team. And I just want to give him so much love right now. He's been great, especially with all the pitching injuries.
Yeah, I feel like last season he came in and he kind of impressed us and he showed up for us in a game that we needed him to. And now it's like he's not like this new rookie pitcher. Like he's someone who, when I see he's going to be on the mound, even Cello's like, oh, good, Robo's on the mound. Like you
Yes.
have like a comfort and you know he's going to bring it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, he's been doing really well. You're right. He's someone that no one would say, oh, everyone loves Robo if, but I think Dodger fans are starting to feel very comfortable with it. And it's funny because you asked me, how was the game? And I was like, boring, because you know me, like pitcher duel like games. Like that's
Yeah.
why Kershaw games, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
and how cool for Robo to be pitching like that. Like, really in the end, a pitcher duel is beautiful and it's
And he
great
is
when
also one of those guys where, like, if you're not a Dodger fan, you really don't understand our team and just like everything about them, all the layers to them. They're not just this team that buys players, which is what so many people say. But true fans know that it's guys like Justin Robleski that's getting us to the finish line. And I did do a little bit of digging on him just to know a bit of his backstory because that's what we love to do. He started his career overcoming Tommy John surgery. He got in a scooter accident, like got hit by a car. He went to two different schools. He also during practice had like a freak accident and had to have his jaw wired shut.
wow.
He's been like up and down from Oklahoma City to LA so many times, and I feel like he gets sent back down. He's being asked to reinvent himself and just is always ready. It's like you never know when the moment comes, almost like Will Klein last season. You never know when your name is called and when you need to show up in a World Series game or whatever it is, but you're ready when the opportunity comes. And that's like exactly who he is. And I just feel like that resilience of someone and just not ever being like that headline guy, but just being ready. And that just shows like who our team is and what they're willing to do. And I just appreciate that so much. And I'm so glad that he's getting the recognition, that he's performing really well, and that we're, sitting here talking about him because he's making us talk about him.
Yeah. Keep it up, Robo.
Yeah, Robo. I just love that attitude of like, whatever my team needs, I'm ready. And that just seems like who all our guys are.
Yeah, it's such a cool culture that all of them are really buying into it.
Hmm.
Well, I think they're seeing what the energy is. And, you know, it's not fun to be in like a like it's fun to be in a hyper competitive atmosphere, but when you do it with a team and everyone's hyperly competitive together, not against each other, it's like so fueling for everyone. It just makes it fun. It doesn't make it feel like you're showing up scared. You're really able to just be who you are and play. And it's
Hmm.
definitely coming through with our guys.
Hmm.
Well, that's fun. I mean, crazy Robo getting in fights, was like almost got in a fight. And now we know we hear about him like his jaw gets shut. I think he's a little bit crazy. Maybe he's a little adrenaline junkie.
Good. I loved that moment with him, when Max had to be like, all right, calm down. We need you to keep pitching. But like he has that fiery, competitiveness in him too. And that's what he's proving. And it's just like that attitude that all of our players have, um, with, checking their egos at the door and just being ready when it's their time.
Yeah. Yeah.
He actually had a quote that I really loved that he said, "The road to get where I'm at has been a little bumpy, but that's kind of what makes it great."
Yeah. I'm ready for some smooth sailing.
But don't you feel like this season, more than any other, it's like we're winning in different ways? It's not just like this big, bad Dodger team that just keeps winning year after year. It's like they're finding ways to win. We have all these crazy injuries and we're using all these different players and uh, yeah, it
Yeah,
just,
it's crazy, but it's like we've been saying this from the beginning. Like we knew this season was going to look different, it was going to feel different. Our players were going to have to be different players. They would have to come to the ballpark differently. They're going to have to face their opponents differently because everyone's coming at us at like 150 miles per hour.
yeah.
And they're all talented. Like none of us are claiming that the Dodgers are the best and everyone sucks. Like that does not make for fun anything. These teams are so talented, and then they're coming in and freaking bringing the heat.
Mhm.
And sometimes, especially game one, our Dodgers don't know how to handle it sometimes. And like they're staying
I know.
quiet and dormant. But I think they're getting sick of doing that, which is why these comebacks are happening because it's like, okay, no, no, no. Like, let's actually like, and something happens where they click back in. But that's what it's going to take, I think, throughout October.
Hmm. I
Gosh, this is
know.
going to be a nail biter. Oh, Miggy Rose home run. Speaking of October, it looked
That
like
was
another
so great.
October moment. I know. I was like, too bad it's in the seventh. It still feels the same.
I know. That was so great. And just like so happy for him to have those moments. And yeah, even him, like I was just thinking of the standout guys from the season and who I wanted to give some love to. And Miggy Rowe is one of them. Because I feel like
Mhm.
every time he's inserted into the game, he's a game changer or a game maker. Like
Yeah,
those home run hits, those game-winning home runs.
I know. You know how I was saying yesterday that I miss Vin?
Hmm.
So, the good old algorithm
Yeah.
threw him in there.
Oh, really?
And it was him announcing Kershaw's no-hitter. And it was just the cutest thing because he's like, now, if you don't mind, I'm going to sit back and watch this with you guys.
Now hang in there, Ellen. Oh,
He
that's
is just
so
the
sweet.
cutest. I know. I was like, I listened to it like three or four times because, I know there's like so many different networks take over and I know it's a whole thing. And I'm not necessarily talking crap about the actual broadcasters, because I know that there's a lot of people who are very talented and have been in this world and deserve to also be there and do things like that. But I am just so used to having a voice be what calls my games and how I listen to my games. And
Yeah,
so it is really hard when they bounce around that much because sometimes I miss just knowing who I'm going to be listening to. And Vin, it just nobody does it like him.
I know. I
No
know.
one,
Now,
no
let
one.
me just sit back and watch this with you. But he was like, I think what people always note about him and what I love hearing is that he knew when to be quiet and let the game happen, and he knew when to like insert himself into it. But you weren't loving the broadcast the other day.
It felt like,
And I think that's a little bit frustrating when we're watching the game on so many different platforms. It's like
yeah,
you need every freaking streaming device to watch baseball these days.
I know. And I like don't want to be a hater because it's not so much that. I just think it's like sometimes I don't like being like, who's talking? Do you even know us?
I know, I
Like,
feel like we get just a little bit territorial and like miss our guys, especially the stories that they tell. And that's how, people, especially like us who love all that more than baseball stuff, that's
yeah,
where we get our information
yeah.
and the
And
stories.
well, I think when it really starts feeling like it is like when the other team does something like pretty good and stand out. And then their natural thing is to be like, whoa, yeah, da, da, da. And I'm like, hey, whose side are you on?
Speaking of
Uh,
other teams that are doing well, you know, it's nice to see growth with teams, especially a team like the White Sox, which I was not happy to lose a series to.
yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm happy for Miguel Vargas. It's nice that he's doing well, but it's also crazy in a really amazing way that they have taken their team from in 2024, they lost like 121 games, and now they're number one in the AL Central.
That's cool.
And it's just cool to watch a team kind of rebuild, but not just go out and get and spend a bunch of money on like one player. I feel like it's a slow build and they're really turning the organization around in a lot of great ways, you know, building up the culture and signing like multiple guys and building them up. And now look, they're like a really great team doing really well and they just beat the Dodgers.
Dang, they took a note out of the Dodgers playbook and then they beat us. What
No.
the heck?
Well, I listen, we keep saying don't get mad at us, like get mad at your own team and
Right.
want them to do something. So it's nice to see
Well,
teams doing something.
it's nice too when it's they're doing the first steps they're taking are to build like sustainability and not necessarily go for a big dog, which I
Yeah.
kind of feel like the Mets with getting Soto and going big dog missed a little bit of an opportunity to like rebuild a little because they had an amazing team and then they went
Yeah.
big dog and then they kind of like do you hear that jackhammer? Or are you good?
No, I don't.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, people love to think that we're just all of a sudden we just bought this amazing team when it's been literally a long time and a lot of seasons of rebuilding this and building
Yep.
sustainability and changing the culture. And now it's all coming together and everyone wants to say that we just bought our team. And it's like, no, we didn't. It's been a lot of years of like a lot of different players. And it hasn't always looked very pretty.
No, and we've lost in really heartbreaking ways and getting so far and having a crazy amount of wins only to just lose in the, you know, in the first round of the playoffs. And it's been a lot of disappointment for Dodger fans. But to see it all come together and be a part of it now is just the coolest thing. You know, I have loved watching my mom get more into sports since, especially since I started the podcast and just how much she's really gotten into it. I just love it so much. And yes, she knows more about the Dodgers than any other team. But when she's in her car, she's listening to the fan and she's keeping up with, you know, New York sports mostly. And it was so cool to listen to her talk about um, listening to the fan after the Knicks won, which I'm so happy about. Such a great moment for the city. Actually, their parade is going on right now.
Yeah,
Both
I
my
saw that.
cousins, Michael and Evan, are there, and they were both in the
Uh,
city at different bars celebrating that win. Michael was sending me videos. They just said once the Knicks won, you open the doors of any bar, and the streets just flooded with people. I loved the videos of watching everyone come together singing Empire State of Mind and just what sports does and how it brings people together. But anyway, my mom called me and she was like, Melissa, I have to tell you something. I was like, what? And she's like, I have to say, listening to the guys on the fan talk about the Knicks and talk about the culture and the family aspect and um, checking their egos at the door and you know, Jalen Brunson, the captain is such a great leader. And she's like, it really reminded me of how you girls talk about the Dodgers and
mhm.
their organization and just how important like clubhouse chemistry is and everyone getting along and all kind of having the same mindset and the way that they go about winning and really just how special that creates for that team in that season and just like that's where the magic happens. And honestly, like when I was talking to her, I'm like, Mom, I wish you said that on the podcast because she said it in such a beautiful way. But
Yeah.
I just love that she's getting more into it, that she goes on these tangents, and is teaching me.
Well, Cindy's a star, so there's a reason why you are too. I
She
know, I
also
love that
reminded
for
me
people's
that
careers.
Nana, I don't think I ever told you this, Nana got a scholarship for basketball. Yeah, she was a big Knicks fan. And my mom said when she was growing up, Nana used to be like ironing and watching the Knicks on like a tiny little portable TV and yelling at it.
But I love that. The Knicks, this whole series was like such a fun NBA final series. I mean, the Spurs and Knicks put on such good games. They were neck and neck and just such good basketball. But there was something special about the Knicks team.
Hmm.
Um, and I know, I have a lot of people in San Antonio from being there when I opened Seoul that are just that whole city that like, all they have are the Knicks or the Spurs, like the Spurs are everything. And two such iconic organizations, I mean,
Yeah.
Popovich and Duncan and Ginobili and like that was the teams that used to come to the Lakers and we'd be like, oh, because like they would beat us sometimes, and like, but the Knicks really did have this chemistry and um it was hard not to get behind it. Like I am just like I'm one of those people too where I can get behind something even if it's not my team, if it's like no, my team's not there, but like when you feel the passion and I wanted it for New York. I wanted the city and something about East Coast, West Coast just popping off in sports to me is just like so iconic in itself, but um yeah, it was really exciting to see the Knicks win.
I know, 53 years.
Crazy.
I felt so happy for like Spike Lee.
I know.
Just those people that never give up on their team and show up and keep showing up even in their losing years. And just a great moment for New York City. And I can only imagine right now the craziness of the parade.
I know. It was so funny. We were at a bar watching with Christy and they flashed to like Fat Joe. And I was like, oh no. I was like, he might be the curse, guys. I don't
Oh
think don't flash
no.
to him again. Don't flash to him again.
Wait, that's so funny. Can you tell our listeners what you said to my cousin Michael?
No. Well,
That
he
was
had
so funny.
posted, and so I just said congratulations. Pretty much the premise was like, there's no better feeling in the world than when your team wins and your whole city's ignited, type of
Yeah.
thing. And then, because he was at a Mets game the next day and was like, on to the next. And then I put congratulations, like no better feeling. And then he's like, hopefully the Mets can do it now. And then put like probably not in parentheses. And I was like, after our five, Pete.
I know I was
Like
laughing so hard.
on our three, Pete. Let me get five, and then you guys can all do whatever you got to do.
Yep. After our five,
Um,
I loved that.
yeah, it's so fun. I'm so excited for. Yeah, maybe your family too. Like, was what pulled my heart to want the Knicks to really win too, because it's like it's just so fun to feel that.
And that's what
I
I
know
felt
people
for
love to
them.
highlight the craziness in streets. I know it happens in every freaking town. You have your yahoos that do things that are just like not what you should do, and I don't get it. But it's like, guys, we don't need to like every city does it. Stop highlighting just that. Like, can we highlight and just go to the bars where people are all hugging and laughing and screaming like that? Can we just go to that? Like, don't even go to the other shit. Like,
Yeah. Well,
um,
usually it's like me almost not like hiding, but like not being so boastful about all of the Dodgers wins and how amazing the parades have been and just what it's been like to be a Dodger fan the last couple of years. So for them to experience that in New York, for my cousins to be there, uh, I was so happy for them.
yeah, me too.
But sorry, we're going after that five, Pete.
Yeah. I'm like, you could take
You
the
can
NBA
you can
finals
keep the
right
Knicks,
now.
but
Yeah.
not baseball. We got that one down.
I know so much sports happening, with the World Cup being here and being um in our city, it's ignited everywhere and it's really in your face whether you've been a soccer fan or not. I'm not really a huge soccer fan. I do know when the World Cup comes, my family being Argentine and Mexican, it's always brought up more so from my Argentina side. I was raised with my grandma screaming at the TV in Spanish and screaming goal. And, I was at the game when Argentina played and I texted Marcel. I was like, are you getting the first view of Chella watching an Argentina soccer game? Because like it's something inside of them that just brings out these like sayings, and like she's just spitting out all this Spanish, and it's just so fun, and it's like so much culture, and I feel like it's more of the connection to my family that makes me so excited for it, and like that part of my culture. um
Yeah, I love that.
Usually
And
in other countries, and
Argentina is a great team to root for. I mean, didn't Messi like break crazy records that last game?
yeah, well, he's just iconic in itself, and I have been very lucky. I've gotten so many messages like, "You're this like the best of both. You get to enjoy both of them." And to be honest, Mexico's never really been a contender. Not to talk crap. This is kind of my point, is I think because it's in the city, we're like we're like in the NLDS right now. And then it'll go like we're not to the championship series. And that's really when a lot of people lock in. And it really is amazing soccer. And there isn't 1,700 games a day. It's like two, and then it trickles down. And normally, when it's all in other countries, people are waking up at 3 a.m. to watch games,
Wow.
6 a.m., bars are popping off. And so you miss a lot of this play. And I think because it's here, it's in our face because it's on normal times, it's on normal networks, and like, which is really fun because people love this like beyond. Like, I don't have that passion for soccer the way that so many people watch soccer and like what this means to them and their country. And
Yeah.
I think that's why I was so shocked that I wasn't into the World Baseball Classic that much before this year, because it's like, man, this is like the World Cup, but it's baseball, and I love baseball. So I was like, I kind of like connected the two of feeling. Um, but it's been really fun to see LA and so many cultures. I went out yesterday when I got back and just grabbed a quick bite. I hadn't eaten since our sandwich. And there's the Ecuador game going on. Ecuador or Colombia?
Yeah.
Colombia. Colombia. And you walk in and it's like so many Colombian shirts, and to hear them, screaming their way the way they celebrate. It's just so fun. It's just like
Mhm.
culture everywhere. I mean, go into an English pub. England and Croatia playing yesterday. Like, go into an English pub during this. It is on fire. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't just Latin America. Like, this is Europe in so many ways and so many different cultures. And
Well,
it's
it's
just
nice to
me.
just see everybody get excited about it, even like walking down to Main Street in Santa Monica, every bar is jam-packed with people and everybody's wearing a different jersey and everyone's so excited about it. And like just that alone makes me more excited. I'm not a soccer fan really, but it's easy to get into something when you see the passion from so many people and you just
Totally.
want to like be a part of it. And then getting more into it and watching is really fun. I mean, we love sports. I just
Totally.
it's great to watch cities come alive with everyone just rooting for their team and where they come from and feeling so proud of that.
And it's like Mexico has never really been a contender. USA has never really been a huge contender. And I think watching it in our city right now, by paying attention to these first half of the games before it gets to I'm like I said, I get to a point where Argentina is usually in the end, and it's my family. It's so much of it. So it's very easy to root for that. I don't feel like USA or Mexico's never really there. I'm never having to root against somebody else, but it's kind of fun. Mexico has won their first game. They play again tonight. If they win again, they go to the next round. USA won their first game. And if they win, everyone says they're not contenders, but every year is a new year and you don't know. And they're in their home ground. Like, Mexico is playing in Mexico City, but like they know that they have their Mexican fans just ignited everywhere. And I don't know. You never know who's going to go. Like, I know it's always Argentina, and they're saying Germany's favored and France is favored and all this, but it's like right now it could be anyone's game. And that's kind of fun. Like, I hope Mexico and I hope USA keep going. Like, how fun would that be to be here and like, so it's just exciting.
Yeah, especially here on the West Side. I mean, I talk all the time about how it's been hard for me to find people to watch sports with on the West Side and to see even like Venice, there's like a hub for the World Cup in like Windward Circle where the Venice sign is, my friends who have the disco cart have been hired, added a TV to the disco cart so they can be traveling around with the game playing, turn the disco ball into a soccer ball. And that even like seeing that going up and down the streets has been so cool. Everyone is out keeping track of what's going on. And so like to see even this side of town be lit up with sports, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm loving it so much.
I think that's why a lot of people say that soccer is the world sport, because it's not a certain demographic. Like it's literally everybody. And yeah, it's so fun. Where's the cart going to be today? Maybe I'm going to go meet up with the cart.
Right?
Well,
It's
I
been
brought
so
in like
fun.
Soul has the Mexico jerseys that got brought in, and it's been really fun. So I'm really hoping Mexico pulls it off so that
Oh
there's
my
at least
gosh, you
one
should
more
sit
game.
on the cart wearing one of the jerseys and just let's
Yeah.
do that. I can make
Yeah.
that happen.
Well, didn't you say you had plans with your friends or something today?
I do.
Sorry, girls, I gotta ride around in a cart. They're like, I thought the Dodgers had an off day, and you're like, do they have an off day or they go right into the Orioles?
No, they do have an off day today.
You're like, yeah, but Mexico's on. They're like, I can't
But
keep up with
it's
you.
fun to get into.
It is.
Once I become curious about something, I really just want to know everything about it. I love baseball because it's kind of slower and there is that mind mental game to it. And I love that part of it. I think like I haven't been as intrigued to watch like soccer or even hockey unless I'm like at a game because it moves so fast. I can't even keep track of where the puck is or where the ball is. And it's just like, oh man, it's too much stimulation. Whereas like I enjoy the meditative part of baseball. It like calms me down. And that's kind of I guess why I've resonated with it so much. But being at a bar watching this together with so many people rooting on different teams, but like in a way that no one is like hating on each other or like being these crazy rivals when different opposing teams are playing. I just feel like it's like bringing everyone together in a really cool way.
Yeah, minus the video of Mexicans and Argentines fighting in Times Square.
Well, yesterday it was like this happy family vibe at the bar I was at.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
it. And
No,
like everyone
totally. I
just
mean,
wanting to learn about each other. Like there was a family from Ghana and we were watching that game and like they're in tears watching their team. And it just like was cool to hear the history and why people are connecting in certain ways.
honestly, Melissa, the more that this goes on and it gets down to the like clutch teams and stuff, um, it really is really fun to watch in a sense of I don't know when it's like offsides or da da da, but yeah, I have no clue. Like I don't know where anyone's supposed to be. All I know is that it starts to move faster and it feels like not faster, but it's like the goals, like they get down to the goal and you're kind of like, ah, and then they kick it and it's like right there. And then you're just like, so that's almost why you're on the edge of the seat. Like you almost need to know nothing about it. It's really just like how close they get. And then when it ends and they have to do a shootout or a shoot off, whatever that, it's
Yeah.
like, it's really fun.
But even like
And
the
in 2 years, it's the
athleticism of these
girls.
guys. I know. Everyone was talking about that last night, and that got me so excited. But
So
like
fun.
watching the athleticism of these players and the footwork, and I mean,
Mhm.
like you think about basketball and how they're running the entire time and just how athletic you have to be and in the best shape of your life. And it's the same for soccer. So even just cool to watch and admire different types of
Totally.
athletes.
No, I agree. I always said like I played soccer AYSO for a year. I was on Sparkling Barbies, and then I moved on.
Oh my gosh,
But
I only played soccer in kindergarten and I accidentally kicked the ball into the wrong goal and people laughed at me and I quit.
aw. Unfortunately, I probably would have been the one laughing at you
That
back in
was
the day.
my time as a soccer star.
I was already
Or
so
lack
tall.
thereof.
I was taller than everyone, and they wanted to put me places where I couldn't just go make a goal, and I was the only one who could. And so then I just got frustrated and I was like, I'm out of here. That's when I played basketball. But I will say it is the one sport, the older I get, that I crave being good at. And it's very interesting to feel that way. And I think it's because I was always, my eye-hand coordination was fine. I played volleyball, I played basketball. I get it. But to be mindless with your feet while you're playing a sport, and you can do that with your feet while playing, and your feet are mindless and you're exceptional. I crave what that feels like. Like that's got to be the coolest thing.
I know. Doesn't it make you want to go out and like play soccer?
Learn
Maybe
soccer.
we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, I've been wanting, I tell every soccer player I meet, like anyone, even if they just played in high school, I'm like, do you know that sometimes I just crave playing soccer? And they look at me like, and I'm like, I just feel like it'd be so cool to be mindless with your feet.
Did you see that they did a video with our Dodgers
Which one?
where they were, seeing who could kick the
Oh,
ball?
yeah, I commented. Of course, Andy. The Dodgers
Of course, Andy
responded.
won that.
I know. I was gonna try to clip when I said that he played soccer, basketball, and volleyball, and then it's like, yep, he's just so good at everything. It's pretty remarkable and it's really fun.
I know. I know.
Okay,
We
well,
love Andy. We did go to an official Rummy Club LA event after we put that episode out and did the interview with Marnie and Laura last week, which was so much fun. I mean, one, everyone was so friendly from the moment we walked in till the moment we left. And to note, it was the first time we've ever been recognized from the podcast, not at Dodger Stadium. And that was fun for someone to be like, aren't you the Talk Dodgers to me girls? And that he like showed us that he follows and everything. So
no,
shout
that
out
was so sweet. But
Justin.
now, okay, but now I'm thinking about it. Didn't that one girl stop us at Fanatic Fest? That little blonde girl, right at the end?
Well, I mean, like not at a sporting event that like people
No.
would listen. Like this was a non-sport
Totally.
event, and he didn't even
I
know
know.
that we
He's
had
like, are you
interviewed
guys
the
talking?
girls.
And then you remember well, let's be honest. I think he had a crush on Melissa, but because duh. And he was like sweating. He was like, I keep sweating. I was like, are you nervous, dude? I know, it's so cool. That was such a fun event. And exactly it was a different one than I think other ones that they've done because it wasn't like everyone sat down and like played. Because I think there's other ones where they have like a match time. And this was kind of
Yeah.
like you could sit and play this if you want, or you could sit and do that. You can go bowling, ping
hmm
pong. Your
hmm
girls are good at ping pong.
Guys, I'm impressed with us because I haven't played ping pong in years, and honestly, like we were pretty good right off the bat.
I have a feeling we're going to be really good at pickleball.
Me
Well,
too.
I already know that I can be very good at pickleball. It's been a while since I played, so I'm not going to pretend like it now, but it's like that, but life size, but also you can get that good rally going.
hmm
So
I
fun.
think we should get really good at pickleball.
Well,
Like let's get a lesson and get this going because when Mookie calls us and says, "Hey, you want to be in my pickleball tournament?" We got to be ready. Just like we're talking about Justin Robleski being prepared for the moment, not knowing when it's going to happen, but just being ready for it. That's got to be us. And now we know we only need a little bit of time to prepare when Kershaw invites us to the Kershaw ping pong challenge. So,
oh, we're going to be able to host that thing by the time. Do you think that the women's event, when I filled out the survey, they're going to tell Stan that I missed him being there?
I hope so. Oh, I didn't do it. I gotta do it.
Oh, come on, man.
I hope I didn't run out of time.
I don't think so.
I gotta fill out the survey too.
Um, You know what's been really funny about Tampa? The guy Yandy Diaz with his
Is he
face
that one
block.
that got hit and we were like, man, it probably didn't even hurt because he's so big?
Yeah, because he's like massive
He just
looking.
has so much muscle.
Um, my mom was like, "Does he have a face tattoo?" And Marcel's like, "No, that's just eye black." And I go, That's a crazy eye black. Like, what do you mean? It looks like a tribal tattoo on his face and stuff." And then I looked it up, and it's eye black, and he does a bunch of fun, funky stencils, and like makes his
Oh,
eye black like art on his face, and that's just something he does to just like
oh.
enjoy it more, and also it's become his thing.
Okay, you know
Cool.
what? I was curious about that, and I meant to ask you and be like, does he have a face tattoo? Oh, I love that. That's
It
cool.
looks like one of those, like, when people are
But
really
that
into
must
like,
take a lot of time.
well, if he has a stencil, you
Is
just
it
like,
like girls spending a couple minutes doing their makeup?
maybe
Yeah,
he's
I
just
guess
like,
if you put a stencil and you do it,
yeah, it's not as bad. But I think it's like, protect your eyes from the glare, but make it cute.
maybe I should do that. You know how hard it is for me to open my eyes in the sun.
Okay, but
Would it help?
let's see if the eye black comes in different colors because like black contrasted on your skin is gonna look like
Crazy.
yeah.
True.
Um, I just thought that was so fun. I was like, what's on his face? And then when Marcel said eye black, my mom and I are like, there's no way. It almost looked like those tattoos, those people who get the ones with like the sticks that are like really dark and like flat, just like it's like takes up a whole space. It like and people are all things. So I was like, maybe he has like tribal tattoos.
Hmm.
It's just eye black.
So, okay, I loved that one of those games was under 2 hours. That was crazy.
The one I was
It
at.
was the Justin Robleski game that you were at. Yeah. Also, our boys are 9 games ahead of the Padres and the Diamondbacks, in case anyone was wondering. 9 games. And oh, I didn't tell the story about how I watched the Knicks game at a former professional basketball player's house who didn't even care about the basketball game. And I had to run to a bar to watch the ending so I could hear it.
How annoying. That's
Well,
so
it's
funny.
funny, like simultaneously seeing like Santa Monica and Venice area come alive during the World Cup, but I still am having the same issue as always that no one cares as much about sports around here as me. And when my sister called and was like, "Hey, do you want to go to blah blah blah's house to watch the NBA finals?" I'm like, what's better than watching it at a guy's house who used to play for the Clippers and a bunch of other teams?" And he had it on, but like not in the main room that everyone was, and not with the sound. And like once I realized that the Knicks had a chance to win and that they were going to come back again, I'm like, I gotta go somewhere
Dude, I
else.
kept saying like,
I
Christy,
sprinted
let's chit chat
to a
until the
bar.
third. Let's chit chat until the third inning, the third quarter, because I knew it. I knew they were going to have another nail-biting game, and I needed to be able to. We were at 33 Taps in downtown where we do our watch parties.
Really? In
Yeah, it
the
was
big
really fun.
main room or the
The
small room?
yeah, the main room. The other one was packed too.
Did you see anyone you remembered from our watch party?
The one of the girl managers. So I said
Oh,
hi.
nice.
Yeah. She goes, I go, we already have a spot. She goes, oh, I'm so glad you're taken care of. And I was like,
Aw.
I know, me too. But I was like, I hope you're good. She's like, there's just so much happening. You know how like they're like, how when people are really focused at work, but sometimes it's like they want to be nice, but you can tell like they're really
They're-
focused.
yeah.
And there was a lot going
Understandable.
on. But Christy went and saved seats. So, I tried to get there as quick as I could so she wasn't by herself. And she's like, I'm definitely not by myself.
Yeah,
And
I
she's like,
bet.
I had to make friends. So, which everyone was like, it ended up being really fun, which actually the guy next to me, everyone always is like, when they find out because I had my Talk Dodgers to me back and he's like, oh, did you just come from a stadium? Because it's clear,
Mhm.
And I was like, I guess, but like, I'm on a podcast and, all the things I was telling him. And he's like, my family's Mookie Betts landscaper or something like that. And then he goes, I really think I can get you in contact with him. He would be great to
Aw.
have. He's like, he'd be great to have on the show.
Oh,
And
really, Woody?
I go, you're telling me, bud. And then he goes, you know who you should call? He probably could get a better connect. His chef just opened a sandwich place in Santa Clarita. And I was like, I know, I actually went. He's like, he's the one. He's the one who could really help you. But it's just so fun to see people like think about who they can connect us to. And it's like,
Yeah.
have you ever thought about having Mookie Betts on?
Sometimes, like, anytime you say you have a podcast and you're meeting someone, they're like coming up, oh, you should do this, you should do this. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, you don't want to hear another thing from someone else. Then other times there's moments like that where you just see their genuine, like, want to help
Yeah.
in any way that they can. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was really fun. So
We're trying. We want to have Mookie on.
I'll have Mookie on while his chef makes us sandwiches. We could do it all.
we're literally preparing ourselves for him to ask us to participate in his pickleball tournament. Okay.
Well, yeah, and have us on his new podcast with his best friend Cam.
We're down.
Um,
We
I'll
are
hold up.
we're available and ready whenever that moment comes, just like
We
our
are
boys.
we are preparing so that we are prepared.
The last thing I
Um,
wanted to mention, and we'll see what happens with this storyline, but Tariq Skubal to the Dodgers. I mean,
yeah.
people would really, really hate us. I don't know how serious the Dodgers are about that. I don't think we're in like desperate need, but like who doesn't want Tariq Skubal, obviously? And I feel like the Dodgers are just like always in the conversation with things like this. But it'll be interesting to see what happens and if he gets traded to another team.
If he was to come, do we have to get rid of anyone?
Probably.
Like
That
who?
would be a major move. You know, he's going to be real expensive, but obviously that's,
Like who though?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I
Well,
don't
that's
want
why
to lose anyone.
I don't either. And that's why it's like, we just freaking Santiago's gone again. It's like, man, and he comes up and does so well for us. Kim's on this. I'm like voting for our all-stars, and Kim as our freaking second baseman. I was like, what happens with that? Is Kim still playing for our farm system? Like, where is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So when they option him, it's not so much that can someone else pick him up?
I think he got sent back down and he's playing in the minor leagues, right?
I almost want him to be an all-star, just to, like,
Be like, hey,
is
I
he
deserve to be here.
is he the first all-star who's a minor league player?
I don't know how that works. Someone let us know in the comments. Some of our regulars.
It's
All right.
crazy.
Well, I feel like that's all I got today.
Okay. I'll hold off some of my fun facts for next time.
Oh, you have fun facts? Tell me.
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, I read that Take Me Out to the Ball Game was written about a woman.
Really? Tell me more.
So Jack Norworth wrote the song in 1908. And it was originally, they say that it's like the historians can't necessarily find the woman. Katie Casey is who they named it after. So she might be a fictional character based off of women starting to want to go to ball games. And he basically wrote it after a girl, Katie Casey, who she was a passionate baseball fan. And it was in an era where women weren't going to games. They were there as a spectator to be quiet, even if they were there at all. It was like more acceptable for women to go to shows and things like that. But it's basically about a guy who wants to take his girlfriend out on a date to a show, and she says, "No, I don't want that." And then it leads to the famous chorus, "Take me out to the ball game."
So she
And
wanted to go to the ball game instead of a
she
show.
wanted to go to the ball game
I
instead of the
love
show.
this.
She's described as a person who spent money on baseball, knows the players, argued with the umpires, and preferred to go to a ball game over going to whatever else women were supposed to go to.
She sounds like
And
us.
I mean, it was like, I'm like, I think we know a bunch of Katie Casey's now. And it really was when women started actually going and falling in love with the game more than just sitting there as like a pretty spectator and starting to become passionate about it and being loud about it. And um, some of the traditional, like, first, obviously now we just know the chorus and all the other stuff kind of got dropped off, but some
Hmm.
of the chorus lines that used to be in the original was Katie Casey was baseball mad. That was the line. She knew the players by their first names and told the umpire when he was wrong. Like those were different little lyrics within it, but
Love
I just
that.
thought that was so fun that it was like about a girl being like, "No, don't take me there. Take me out to a ball game.
Hell yeah, Katie
Buy
Casey.
me
I
some
love
peanuts
that.
and Cracker Jacks." This is the one line I don't get. I don't care if I ever come back, never come back. Like, no, I'm coming
Now
back.
I'm thinking of all the lyrics. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. So I guess, yeah, there's a whole song besides the chorus.
There is, but that's like also really hard to find because from 1908 till now is like a lot of different copyright things and stuff. So I wasn't really able to find like an audio of all of it. So maybe someone can help me find it. But I just thought that was so cool. And then it was just like, man, we're all Katie Casey's. And yeah, take me out to the ball game. Isn't that so cool?
Take me to a ball game.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
Should we do a player of the week?
Sure.
Do you have one?
Do I ever?
Okay. I'll pick.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh, my head is saying this or
I
that.
know, I know, I know.
Let's just see
Okay.
who comes
I
out.
got it. I got it.
Okay. Player of the week. 1, 2, 3. Robleski.
Max.
Max? I was gonna say Shohei.
I was gonna say Shohei too.
I
Because he's
just feel
been
like
so great.
Shohei is always the player of the week.
I go to the game and like Robo did great, but like Shohei was the one who hit the home run. Freddie's hitting home runs. Max is just really impressing me at third. He always has, but you can tell if he's saying that he feels like his defense is everything he knows he's had in him and like
Mhm.
he feels it. I can see why, because it's pretty remarkable how he's playing the hot corner right now. And
And he's just like quietly hitting 2 home runs a game and like no big deal.
but it's like when you think about shortstop, like Mookie has so much territory to really cover. And when you have a third baseman who can really cover their own ground, it really takes the shortstop, it makes them able to play their position and not have to go extra here, extra there. And like, I just am so proud of him. He's had a
Mhm.
great season.
Love it. Yeah, love watching Max thrive.
Yeah. And his little girl Macy's probably like, man, dad's good.
Oh, their kids are so cute.
I mean, they just look like little Max and Kelly's running around with the sweetest little faces.
I know those smiles. The oldest one. Oh,
Um,
so cute.
I know. Remember when they did I think it was a Father's Day thing where they all the kids were swinging like their dads and his son flipped the bat last
Oh
season.
my gosh. Why don't I remember this? I need to see this.
Oh, yeah, it's so cute. Little Max
Oh,
like
I
flips the
know.
bat and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
They're so adorable. Love the
Um,
Muncies.
love the Muncies. All right, well,
I don't think we said welcome back. Welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me. I'm Melissa Meyer.
and I'm Jacqueline Ruiz.
And go Dodgers, goodbye.
I was gonna say, and we just finished our episode, so see you later.
We were just going, going, going. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We always like stress about if we feel like our thoughts in our brain are gonna, do we have enough or are we organized? But it's like, God, once we start talking about our boys, it just really flows.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
Now on to the Orioles.
you know what I was thinking? Miggy's probably so happy his family's home from summer break and now they're here with him in LA and not in
Aw.
Miami. Did you see
Oh,
that one
that's
picture where
true.
he's like sitting on the couch in the clubhouse and his son's like right here and like
I
he's like
know.
his like memory, his like moments with his family. And that makes me so happy for them.
What a nice life for his son. Just hanging, chilling in the
Court
Dodgers clubhouse.
Courtney and I, every single time the kids get to run out and get a ball signed by the players, we're just so jealous. Like, why do kids get to do everything? And like, you see Mookie like talking to the kid and like gives him a pat on the shoulder before he leaves, and like Freddie's over there talking. And I was like, what you guys talking about? Like,
I
that's what
know.
I
It's
think
so cool how they really can create a life-changing moment for someone just by acknowledging them.
just by coming on our podcast.
Life-changing for us too.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Well, let's the Orioles, it's home, right? Yeah, they didn't. Oh.
They have a day off in our own city. That's awesome. And then wow, I have 22 text messages right now. What on earth? I'm just seeing if Orioles is home. I want to go to a game.
I know, I was just gonna say, take me out to a ball game.
I could be Kelly Casey. What is it? Casey.
Uh, Katie Casey.
Okay. Melissa Meyer. Sure. Take me.
Um,
See who can
okay,
find it first.
home.
Yep.
Home. 710, 710, 110, and then they're away in Minnesota,
Hmm.
and then San Diego,
Ooh.
and we have a wedding. Okay, I love you, and text me.
Okay, bye. Love ya.